I will recap a drama movie named Family Practice Film. Starts with Simon, who's living a great life with his girlfriend Fabian. One day Simon notices that his father Carl is alone in a room with Sonia, who is also his secretary. Simon's mom also sees that, and out of nowhere she starts having a seizure. This upsets Simon. Next day in Fabian's office he shows her his new sketches. They are going to have an exhibition in weeks. And so far Fabian isn't satisfied with Simon's work. They're talking about it. When Agnes comes in, she takes Simon outside and begs him to transcribe the book so that she can go on a vacation with Carl. She says that without Simon's help she would have to stay back and Carl will take Sonia, and that might escalate their romance. Simon doesn't want to work for his dad, but he wants to help his mom, so he agrees. Next day Simon is transcribing when during the lunch break Sonia complains that because of him she wasn't allowed to go on a vacation with Carl. This makes Simon angry, and he tells her that she shouldn't feel special because Carl is a known womanizer and he will find some other girls pretty soon. These comments disturb Sonia, and she tries to correct Simon, but he just doesn't listen to her. Next morning he notices that Sonia is talking to Carl, in saying that she isn't a toy that he can use. However, he likes Simon's enjoying their argument. When he receives a call from his dad, he tells Simon that he shouldn't talk to Sonia about anything but the work, since it can ruin his own relationship. The very same day Carl's manager tells Simon that Sonia used to be one of Carl's patients, and this information intrigued Simon a lot. Later that day a young woman is looking for Carl because he invited her to his clinic. When Sonia sees this she asks the girl to leave, but the whole thing upsets her. After the end of his shift Simon is looking to transfer his work to a flash drive. He goes to Sonia's office, but there he finds her crying. She's trying to wipe her tears and Simon offers her a box of wipes. When she hugs him he comforts her by saying that everything will be okay, and this is when she kisses him. This shocks Simon, and he leaves the office immediately. He meets up with Fabian that afternoon, but he can't stop thinking about Sonia even
when he's with his girlfriend the very next day. He is sitting in his office trying to work, but he can't stop thinking about the kiss, so he goes to Sonia's office and asks if the kiss meant anything, but Sonia says that it was just a spur-of-the-moment thing. Simon doesn't like her answer, and when she goes for lunch with another colleague Simon decides to look at her past. He opens the cabinet and takes out Sonia's file, but before he can read it someone knocks at the door. He puts the file back and goes outside to see a man holding a bouquet of roses. He finds out that Carl sent those roses for Sonia. This makes Simon jealous, so he takes the roses outside and throws them in the garden. He then goes to have lunch with Fabian, but there he sees that Fabian is trying to recruit the same guy who won the artist award. Simon doesn't want to be there, so he goes back to the office where Sonia asks him about the roses. He says he doesn't know about them.
He notices that she's talking to his father, so he listens to their conversation. He's upset to know that his father considers him a crazy person. He's filled with rage, so before he leaves he tells Sonia that she shouldn't feel too proud because Carl evaluates her the same way he evaluates everyone else. He then takes a train and goes straight to Fabian's office, but there he sees her talking to that new artist. He's grabbing a drink in the kitchen when his dad asks him why he's creating problems at work. Simon says he doesn't want to work anymore, but his mom tells him that he should keep working on that book, otherwise their marriage will be ruined. All of this pressure is crushing Simon, and he ends up having an argument with Fabian, who says that she had to hire a new artist since Simon is unable to work. After this argument Simon gets on the train and goes back to the office, where Sonia is trying to find the key to the cabinets. She wants her file, and Simon gives her that. When he goes back to retrieve it, he notices that Sonia is really sad. After reading Carl's remarks she starts kissing Simon. Once again, to find some privacy they leave her office and sneak into Carl's house. There Simon and Sonia end up sleeping together in his parents' bedroom. After this romantic session Simon cleans the sheets before getting into the car with Sonia, who drives him to the city. She says that he can always hang out with her, and this makes Simon extremely happy. He's finally starting to feel good about himself.